Young Thug competing with YFN Lucha for Best Album After Rico. Now he's dropping You Scuddy on the same day YFN Lucha is dropping Already Legend. September 19th. Yeah, September 19th. Look, bro, this ain't about beef. Yeah, even though Thugger say he ain't really got no beef with him, this one ain't about beef. This is all about the music. Whoever makes the best album will, I ain't gonna just say be the winner, but will win this little competition. But if you ask me, Thugger coming out on fire, but his voice has changed up. YF and Lucci got the same tone. So if we just being honest, numbers don't matter in here. It comes down to the music, bro, not the streams. Remember that. Drop it in the comments. Shout out YF and Lucci. I didn't even know that Already Legend was coming out on September 19th. But thanks for letting me know, Thugger. You know, real shit. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Look, Spike Lee Highest to Lowest film with Denzel Washington. Denzel was playing David King. Then you got A$AP Rocky playing Young Felon. Look, the film was lackluster. I would call it terrible, but it was something to watch, man. I knew it was something when it was going straight to Apple TV. Look, I don't know what's going on with Apple TV, but most of their shit sucks. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. This is unarguably one of Denzel Washington's worst movies ever, fam. Ever, bro. And they typecasted the fuck out of A$AP Rocky. I really thought he was gonna have like a leading role in this thing. You don't see him until an hour and 20 minutes in. You know what I mean? The nigga did most of his scenes from a phone call, voicemails. Look, drop it in the comments. Shout out Spike Lee, shout out Denzel Washington, shout out A$AP Rocky. It just didn't convey properly. You know what I mean? Yeah, just and the storyline wasn't just right. You know, just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. I'm a movie guy. Drake announces collaboration with Morgan Wallen. Look, he's going country a while because it's the thing to do. That's like the one avenue Drake ain't never just dived in, but you got your artists like Dax that's been killing it for a minute. Shout out Dax, bro. But look, Drake, at his recent latest show in Berlin, Germany, on the Some Sexiest Shows For You tour, he came out with a Morgan Wallen jacket. This is him letting you know it's going down, bro. He's going to try to take over that arena. Look, Lil Durk and Morgan Wallen been cool. Been cool. So y'all had to see this one coming. Shout out Drake. Big extra plug, killing it with I Hope You're Happy Now. The album is straight. I don't like the little mix-up of the rap and country. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, if it was on some trail ride type shit, that'd hit different. Look, drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Shout out Drake. Wayne "The Rock" Johnson is starring in a new film, The Smashing Machine. He slimmed down for his role as the MMA legend Mark Kerr. Look, he revealed his new look at the Venice Film Festival. The story is deeper than cage fights. That's what I want a lot of people to know, bro. This is the story of Mark Kerr's rise in UFC and MMA and his struggles with prescription drugs. Look, The Rock say this was his hardest role to even get into and try to portray because it made him confront questions he avoided within himself. This is what acting does, bro. Acting can be very therapeutic if you pick the right roles. This was a therapeutic role for him. Look, he didn't really look that small to me. I know a lot of people say, he's looking like he lost 200 pounds. Man, nigga don't look that small to me. I'm just being honest, just being real. But I'm a movie guy, and this one is gonna be a hit, man, guaranteed. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the Playground. Young Jeezy announces a new album with DJ Drama, fam. Still Snoring. Drop it in the comments. This is coming out September 28th. On top of that, he's taking his Thug Motivation 101 20th anniversary tour to Las Vegas with a 101-piece orchestra for his residency at the Planet Hood Hollywood Resort and Casino. That's in October and December. In October, it's going to be a Halloween masquerade theme. In December, the show is going to be inspired by the Nutcracker. Look, drop it in the comments. This is big. A lot of people say hip-hop is dead, but it ain't. You just got to learn how to give it to the people a different way. No longer, no more do people just want to see you up there lip syncing and holding your crotch. You know, they want to see a real band behind you. It's just a 101 piece orchestra. This is dope. Shout out Young Jeezy. I know he got all type of shit going on in the background, but shout out to him, bro. He just keep winning. Look, Playboy Cardi hosted the Baby Boy 29 birthday bash in Brooklyn. This is for his 29th birthday party. The boy threw himself a birthday party, and it was star-studded. On top of that, he released two unreleased songs that's gonna be on this Baby Boy album. A lot of people been waiting on it ever since the last one dropped. He's been promising it. Look, Baby Boy 29 is inspired by him being 29 and him about to drop that project. If you a Playboy Cardi fan, I need to see you in the comments. Why you got to let yourself be known? Why, he wears thongs and shit. You just want to see how many people really take up for him. You know what I mean? Are y'all doing that? Is that normal right now in this generation? I don't know, fam. I've been gone for a minute. I've been living under a rock, apparently, because niggas like, I don't rock like that. I don't know people that rock like that. He wear thongs up to his goddamn back of his shoulders. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Tasha K throwing shots at Jay-Z. She say he's begging for donations. Yeah, he wants $500 donations from the people so he can open his casino in Manhattan. Look, bro. She say he only want 500 because if he was to ask you for 1,000, it's gonna have to be a lot of paperwork that has to be processed. $500 keep him out of the limelight. Look, drop it in the comments, man. I knew something was weird when Jay-Z got a second mortgage on that house that they got in California, bro. Yeah, second mortgage, you know what I mean? I knew he didn't have the funds that we all thought he had, bro. Yeah, he ain't got $1 billion in liquid. If what she's saying is true, Jigga is low-key going broke. They even say Rock Nation ain't really making no money. Hey, remember, J. Cole ain't signed with him. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. What's going on with that label? Diddy files $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC. It's been amended. It's NBC Universal, Peacock TV, and Ample Entertainment. This is for that documentary, The Making of a Bad Boy. Look, drop it in the comments. The main one is money. He say they rushed to get this out to try to beat the competition, but in doing that, they painted him as a murderer, a sex offender, an extortionist, pedophile, you name it. Everybody thought Diddy was finished. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. They thought they had finally got the dealer, so they was airing him out. Turns out most of that shit in that documentary has never proven to be true. Was never proven to be true. Look, drop it in the comments. I think that man gonna win his money. He spent quite a lot of money trying to save his ass, but he gonna run that bag back up real quick. Drop it in the comments. Look, Charleston White throwing shots at Young Thug. He say he's a jealous project nigga. He gossip like a hoe, and he messy like a old hoe. You know what I mean? He say he been like that all his life. All his life. Ugly, black, and built different. You're just not built right. Look, bro, before we keep this going, look who's talking. We're talking about Charleston White, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, one could say how ugly Thug is, but does it matter when you a man? Unless you're into that man love a man type shit, you know what I mean? Who cares what Charleston White thinks about Young Thug, how he looks personally? Charleston White is a hoe, fam. Hoe. I know a lot of people see him as this big tough guy, but look, man, he 5'3", hung like a flea. You know what I mean? That nigga there, a weak ass nigga for sure. But he say he seen the fuck nigga come out of Young Thug. Well, we been seeing it come out of you, nigga. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. Raheem has been arrested on animal cruelty charges in New Jersey. Now, this ain't his first time. His run-in with the law when he was already locked up early in 2025 in Fulton County when they found a malnourished dog tied to an RV. After they searched that RV, it had about 6 malnourished dogs living in squalid conditions. Well, look here, they got him again. Neighbors have been informing the police, them people, that this man is still malnourishing dogs. Allegedly, he just believes in keeping them on a low protein, low calorie diet because he's vegan. He don't really want to just be feeding them like that. That's why they skinny. Look, bro, I don't know why this man even still comfortable, still own a pet. Yeah, maybe take his ability to own a dog away from him. He ain't gonna do right. Jaheim, what's wrong, man? Put that woman first. You need to put the dog first, nigga. Look, Terrence Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, fam. Look, it went 12 rounds. The full 12, he won by unanimous decision. And he won the fight. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. A lot of people won money. A lot of people lost money. They thought Bud was going to actually go in there and lose. I'm going to tell you like this, bro. Boxing is a business. Yeah, boxing is a business. The winner could have been picked months ago. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. You're going to have to wait until the rematch so you see who really doing what. But Nick can't hate on Crawford. Yeah, nigga was throwing them things. Shit started heating up like 9 rounds in. If you missed the fight, fam, it is available on Netflix, even though it might be buffering. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Netflix got to get their shit together. I lost money, but I won some too. I betted on both of them. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a clip. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.